Priska is not the problem, Oscar. You were the problem. She insulted me, but you empowered her by never stopping her. She belittled me, and you let it happen. You made it clear I was nothing in your eyes. You are right, he said. I didn't protect you. I didn't stand by you. And it's something I regret more than you know. I care about you, Olivia, more than I ever admitted to myself. I don't know what you expect me to do with that, Oscar. But I'm not the woman you left behind anymore. I won't beg for your attention or fight Priska for your respect. I found my own path, and I won't let you or anyone make me feel small again.
The next morning, Olivia was up before dawn, notebook in hand, heart hammering with both fear and determination. She had 4 days. 4 days to turn herself from a roadside cook into a caterer worthy of Lagos elites. She went straight to the market, not her usual stalls, but the big catering supply stores she had only ever walked past before. Big pots, industrial size, she said, her voice firmer than she felt. Serving stands, polished spoons, elegant plates, matching aprons, 10 of them, and a standing fan for the servers. The sellers eyed her skeptically, but her cash spoke louder than her modest clothes. As bundles of utensils and equipment piled up, a strange pride filled her chest. For once, she wasn't bargaining down to her last naira. By noon, she had arranged for everything to be delivered to her rented shop. The sight of those shiny pots stacked against the wall made her tear up. This was no longer just Olivia's kitchen. It was something more. Olivia needed hands. She couldn't possibly serve 400 people alone. She visited a local church group where young women often looked for small jobs. I need hard-working servers. 4 days from now, you will serve dignitaries. If you work well, I'll pay you generously. She picked 6 young women and 3 young men, their faces lighting up at the opportunity. Menu planning was next. Her table was covered with recipe notes, spice jars, and lists of ingredients. She practiced plating food in her new dishes, arranging garnishes, checking how the meals looked against the polished spoons. She cooked jollof rice, fried rice, egusi soup, peppered chicken, small chops. Her servers tasted each one, nodding in approval. Next, she gathered the servers. We will rehearse as though the party is today, she said. They set up tables with her new serving stands, practiced greeting imaginary guests, serving portions neatly and clearing plates. Smile even when they frown at you. Carry yourself with confidence. The girls repeated her words until it sounded like a chant. The night before, her shop smelled of spices, roasted meat, and determination. She barely slept, checking lists over and over. Rice bags stacked, meat marinated, coolers ready. Late into the night, she stood in the middle of her shop, staring at everything she had built in just a few days. From the roadside cook no one respected, to this. Tomorrow, she whispered. Tomorrow they will know my name. The venue was a luxurious guest house in Ikoyi, its sprawling lawn strung with fairy lights, chandeliers glowing from within, and valet boys rushing to park convoys of SUVs. The occasion, Mrs. Toke's 50th birthday. Nearly 400 guests, business moguls, politicians, Nollywood stars, and Lagos elites were in attendance. Mrs. Toke stood near the entrance in a heavily beaded gown, greeting guests with a flawless smile, though inside she was uneasy. She had taken a risk hiring this roadside cook, and if the food failed, her humiliation would spread across Lagos society like wildfire. From a corner, Olivia supervised her team. Servers in crisp aprons arranged polished chafing dishes on rented stands, lining them with clean linens. The aroma of smoky jollof rice and pepper soup drifted into the air, drawing curious glances even before the buffet opened. Olivia wore a simple black dress under her apron, her hair neatly tied back, her movements calm and authoritative. As she adjusted the serving spoons, she didn't notice the 2 arrivals that would test her resolve. Oscar. He walked in tall and immaculate,
his dark suit tailored to perfection. People clapped him on the back, whispered his name, but his smile was distant. When his eyes swept the hall and caught sight of Olivia directing servers by the buffet, he froze. For a moment, his mask slipped. Shock, regret, something raw flickered in his gaze. Priska. She arrived shortly after, draped in a shimmering gold gown with a slit high enough to silence the room. Champagne glass in hand, she spotted Oscar across the hall and smirked, but then her eyes followed his line of sight. She stilled. There stood Olivia, but not the Olivia she remembered, not the timid, apron-wearing housewife she used to taunt. This woman stood tall, her team moving like clockwork around her. There was no fluster in her face, only quiet command. Priska's smirk returned, though less certain this time. She sashayed towards the buffet, her heels clicking against the marble floor. "Look at you," she drawled. From roadside puff-puff seller to high-class caterer, Lagos really knows how to give people promotion. Her voice dripped with mockery, but Olivia didn't flinch. She looked Priska squarely in the eye, her tone calm and even. "I serve food, Priska, not insults. If you are hungry, you're welcome. If not, please step aside so others can eat." The sharpness in her voice caught Priska off guard. Guests nearby turned, having overheard. A few even smiled, murmuring approval. Priska blinked, her grip tightening on her glass, but she forced a brittle laugh and stepped aside. From across the hall, Oscar saw the exchange. His chest tightened with something he couldn't name. Pride, guilt, longing. This was not the woman he dismissed. This was a woman who had rebuilt herself. As the night went on, the food spoke louder than any gossip. Guests couldn't stop praising the dishes. The smoky jollof rice, the soft golden puff-puff, the pepper soup that seemed to cure hangovers on the spot. Words spread like fire throughout the hall. Who is this caterer? By the end of the night, Olivia's name had been whispered into powerful ears. She had walked into the event as a struggling roadside cook. She was living as Lagos's newest culinary sensation. And both Oscar and Priska knew it. The event had ended. Guests were dispersing, laughter fading into the night. Mrs. Toke basked in the flood of praise, while Olivia quietly supervised her staff, making sure every plate was cleared and every dish accounted for. From a distance, Oscar lingered, watching her. After a long pause, he gathered his courage and walked up to her. "Olivia," he said quietly, almost unsure. "Can we talk? Just a few minutes, please." Without looking at him, Olivia straightened. "I'm busy, as you can see. I don't have a few minutes," she replied coolly. Oscar's voice softened but held a quiet firmness. "Please, you've ignored me enough already. I owe you this, at least a conversation." For a moment, silence stretched between them. Finally, Olivia signaled to her staff to continue without her, then stepped aside. She folded her arms, her face calm but guarded. "All right," she said evenly. "Talk. What do you want to say, Oscar?" Oscar swallowed hard, his tone low and sincere. "I just wanted to say I'm sorry for everything, for how I treated you." Olivia gave a short, bitter laugh. "Treated me? You mean how you abandoned me in your house? How you stood by when Priska spoke to me like I was filth, and you laughed along? Or maybe how you let Sophia, your daughter, accuse me of trying to erase her late mother, and you didn't even ask if it was true. You just took her side because it was easier." Oscar lowered his gaze, shame flickering across his face. "I know," he said quietly. "I failed you. I didn't listen. I let my silence hurt you more than words ever could. And Priska," but Olivia cut in sharply. "Priska is not the problem, Oscar. You were the problem. She insulted me, but you empowered her by never stopping her. She belittled me, and you let it happen. You made it clear I was nothing in your eyes." Oscar took a slow breath, pain etched in every word. "You are right," he said. I didn't protect you. I didn't stand by you. And it's something I regret more than you know. I care about you, Olivia, more than I ever admitted to myself. Seeing you here tonight, standing tall, building something out of nothing, it made me realize just how much I lost by failing you. Olivia's eyes glistened, but her voice stayed steady. I don't know what you expect me to do with that, Oscar, but I'm not the woman you left behind anymore. I won't beg for your attention or fight Priska for your respect. I found my own path, and I won't let you or anyone make me feel small again. There was silence. Then Oscar nodded slowly, his eyes heavy with pain, but filled with respect. Then I'll respect that, he said softly. I won't push, but if you ever let me, I'll prove to you that I'm not the same man who hurt you. Without another word, Olivia turned back to her staff, her movement steady and purposeful, leaving Oscar standing there, haunted by her words. For the first time, Oscar realized that money, power, and pride couldn't fix what he had broken. Winning her back wouldn't come from apologies. It would take time and proof. And though he wouldn't say it aloud, one thought terrified him. What if she had already closed her heart completely? 1 week later, Olivia had just closed for the day. The last of the chairs were stacked, the pots scrubbed clean, the shutters pulled down. She tied her scarf, wiped the sweat from her brow, and slung her handbag over her shoulder. As she stepped into the quiet street, she saw him, Oscar, leaning against his car, waiting.
"Let me drop you," he said. Olivia sighed wearily. "No, Oscar, I can find my way." "Please, Olivia, let me drop you." I said no. He looked at her, his voice low and earnest. "Please, I'm begging you." Something in his tone made her hesitate. It wasn't commanding or arrogant, just sincere. Against her better judgment, she got into the passenger seat, folding her arms and turning her face toward the window. They drove in silence until Olivia frowned. "Where are we going? This isn't the way to my house." Oscar didn't answer. A few minutes later, he pulled up in front of a newly renovated corner building, its glass frontage gleaming under the evening lights. Above the door, bold signage caught her eye. Olivia's kitchen. Her breath caught. She turned to him, stunned. What is this?" Oscar reached into his coat pocket, pulled out a folder, and handed it to her. Inside were property documents, her name printed clearly as the owner. "It's yours," he said quietly. "Everything. I know I can't erase the things I said, the way I failed you, but I've watched you, the way you've built something out of nothing. People come to you not just for food, but for comfort. You deserve more than plastic chairs and borrowed stands. You deserve a place that matches who you are." Her eyes filled with tears, though she fought to hold them back. "You think this fixes anything? That a building makes me forget the night I cried myself to sleep in your house? The way you stood by while Priska mocked me? The way you let your daughter tear me apart and never defended me?" Oscar shook his head slowly. "No, I'm not that foolish anymore. This isn't about guilt, Olivia. It's about me finally seeing you. You're not a shadow. You're not a placeholder. You're not invisible. Not to me. Not anymore." Silence filled the car. Olivia finally said, "I'll accept the building for my business, but don't mistake that for forgiveness." Before he could respond, she opened the door and stepped out, the documents clutched tightly to her chest. Oscar didn't try to stop her. He just sat there,
watching her walk away, realizing this was no longer about chasing her love. It was about proving, with time and actions, that he had truly changed.